Oh, that's a good way to start. What's up?
Yeah, so I'm Paul, this is Jake, this is Better Life.
Hey guys, having a coughing attack right when I start recording. Oof, bad timing for that. Anyway, hey, this is Better Life, the podcast with Jake and Paul. I'm Jake, that's Paul, here to introduce us. I don't care, I just feel like it's my thing to say it anyway.
Well, yeah, as the proper host.
I feel like
of
it's
this
my
podcast.
thing. We've been arguing, man. We are both the proper hosts. You want to know how much of we both are the proper hosts? I don't know if you ever watched a video, but you're on the left side, which is usually where the host goes, and I put you there on purpose to make you feel special. So fucking, you're a host too. That's just how it is.
Well, yeah, it's my prettier side, so I appreciate it.
Right. You're welcome. You're welcome, dude. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, the wheels keep turning. The podcast takes a week break, but the wheels keep turning.
Dude, do you want to give updates on personal life at all, or not really?
Nothing too, out of the ordinary, nothing people will care about too much, but yeah, professionally, things are going well.
Good. Yeah, Paul's doing well in his professional career. Yeah, that's about it. I really haven't done a whole lot.
I got a new fancy desk to do this podcast from.
He does. He has a L-shaped desk.
Yep.
And
got a wireless charger unit right there.
Wait, really?
Right on. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope, dude. I didn't know that. I gotta get an L-shaped. I'm still using like the table that you use when you're doing like a grad party. That's what I'm using for my the fold-up table type deal.
And then there will be a bookshelf here eventually to match.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's on its way.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Yeah. I just have a new cat. Name is Max. He's a black cat. He's big. He escaped on the first night, and I had to go chase him down. He clawed the fucking shit out of me. But other than that, it's been really good.
Shout out to Max the cat.
Max the cat. Yeah, he's a big old black boy. He's huge. He's awesome.
We have a lot of mascots on this podcast.
We do. We have a lot of pets. A lot of everything. So yeah, dude. Let me pull up my notes.
Yeah, I mean,
we're here.
This big one is we have to recap UFC 264. We've got some NHL finals to recap. We've got the Bucks to talk about some Game 6 tonight.
Yep.
It's coming home.
Yep.
It is coming home.
It's going to happen, dude. It's going to be the first one ever, too. It's going to be the best. Oh, my God.
My girlfriend and I were talking about this, where it's like we're going to watch it live. Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Bucks are going to be leading, and then by halftime, Bucks are going to be leading, and then by the third quarter, the Bucks are going to be leading. And then by the fourth, the whole shit's going to erupt. Like you won't be able to hear a thing in there. Like you won't be able to hear the announcers.
Oh yeah, dude. You know what's going to be great about it though is it's fucking it's so long overdue for the Bucks.
Oh
it's
yeah,
so long overdue.
They were the laughing stock of the league,
dude. They used to be like
with the purple jerseys. You remember the purple?
Yeah, of course I remember the purple jerseys. With Michael Red wearing the purple jerseys and shit. Yeah, man. And it was a shame. It's a shame, but I used to go to all their games when I was a kid. I used to watch a lot of their games, and it's really cool to see them fucking doing well now. I mean, I have hats that go back to their old logos and shit, and.
Oh, I have a shopping cart right now with a jacket and a T-shirt. And I'm just waiting to pull the trigger on Finals Champions. I'm just waiting for it. I've got it in the cart. Once they win, hitting it.
That's awesome. That's fucking dope.
Oh, yeah.
I
just can't chance the embarrassment, of the absolute catastrophic failure.
I'm not going to lie. Do you like the new Bucks logo, or do you like the old Bucks logo more?
I like the modernization of it. Okay, that Cream City stuff with that obnoxious beige, that's got to go.
That's got to be gone, dude. That has to be gone.
Go.
You got to Swiffer that shit right up out of here.
But the black jerseys, those are pretty sweet. Oh,
dude, Murder Toe jerseys, no matter who it's on, are fucking dope.
Yeah,
they really are. Like when the Soob, my college hockey team. When the business suits came on, everyone called it the business suits. When the black jerseys, the black socks, the breezers. I mean, the boys were just murdered out, and they fucking performed like absolute murderers when they got those suits on.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to talk a little X's and O's on the NBA?
Why? You know what? Why don't we? A little bit.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Why don't you go? Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I've watched every game of the series.
Yeah, it's been and
to me, it's been a full 180. I remember going in after Giannis, his knee injury, after seeing Tucker not play well. It's like, oh man, the Suns might dance on him.
Yeah.
And especially with Booker playing well, oh my gosh, the dude's a dog.
Dude.
That guy goes out there and puts up what? He's had 2 40-point games. Like
More than 2.
Yeah,
oh, just this post-op. Just this series, you mean?
Yeah,
just the series.
Yeah,
I thought you meant this season. I was like, dude, way more.
No. But yeah, I mean, but the problem is that I think around game 4, game 3 for sure, game 4 for sure, they just figured out the Suns' defense.
Yeah, they
put their big guys in foul trouble, and they just don't have the bench. Their bench isn't big enough.
Yep.
And Giannis can go out there and he can just dominate the boards.
I am so thankful for Giannis staying in Milwaukee. You know, he didn't have to stay.
Didn't have to.
But I am very thankful for that. He fucking uses an iPhone 6s with a cracked screen still. That's his cell phone.
I know, right?
What?
When the pandemic first hit, he was like, yeah, I haven't shot a hoop. And I was like, you don't have a private court in your backyard?
No, he doesn't do that. The dude is so fucking humble, dude. He's so humble. He doesn't even know that he's a bajillionaire, basically. He's just like, whatever, I'm here for basketball.
Yeah, it's like he hasn't figured it out.
Someone's going to tell him one day, he's going to be like, wait, how much money do I have? And be like, wait, I've been making money playing basketball? Yeah, Giannis, this whole time. This has been lots of money.
But man, you've got to, like, the thing that I'm, like, realizing, and, you know, you hear it, like, your middle school basketball coach say it, right? But, you know, talk about offensive boards. But you got to talk about offensive rebounds, like steals.
Oh, 100%.
Like, they might as well be steals.
Yep.
And, like, man, the fourth quarter, when the bigs are in foul trouble, you got to pull them off, put limited minutes on them, or you're in a bonus or something, and the Bucks are just getting every single board, man. It's insane.
Dude, first of all, what do you think about the Suns? Like, the Suns have not been performing the way I thought they were going to. Like, before the Bucks met with the Suns, they honestly, like, because Chris Paul came back, you know, and it was like, oh, Chris Paul, and it seems like nothing changed with Chris Paul being back.
Well, so the thing is with small ball, right? When you are just more technically savvy than another team, you can make them look silly.
Yeah.
And you can, win games like that. And that's kind of been the Suns' thing. But, man, when you got Giannis Euro-stepping, every time Giannis drives the ball, he's getting an and one, man.
Yeah.
Like, and you put their centers, they're like, number 4, number 5 guys, if, we're talking spots on the court.
Yeah.
Those guys hit 3 fouls in the first 2 quarters. Well, now what?
Yeah, seriously.
Like,
you're in fucking foul trouble by the time the first half's over, and you got a whole second half to go.
Yeah, and you think the refs are going to call a charge on Giannis? Really? You think that's going to happen?
Probably not, no. It would be like them calling a fucking carry on LeBron. It's just not going to happen. LeBron could carry that ball like a football all the way down the damn court, and he would be fine. I guarantee it.
Yeah, like Kobe doing the cha-cha slide at the 3-point line.
Right, as if that's not a drill. Yeah, as if that's not. Whatever, it's for the fun of the game.
Like, I guess. Even though that famous Michael Jordan shot from the free throw line where he did the crossover.
Yeah, and
he shoved that guy.
Yeah.
Like, he sent him into the first row and then crossed over.
He shoved that dude like he fucking made fun of his wife or some shit. It was, dude. He gave him the old shoveroo, and then the refs were like,
when
"Don't
you
call
see
it."
your baby cousin at the beach and you just push his head into the sand.
What? No, I can't say I know what that's about.
You've never what? You never done that?
I have never shoved anyone's head into the sand. No.
Oh, you never give him a good, push into the sand.
What the fuck are you? Who did you do this to? It's my cousin too.
No, just it's all metaphorical.
Oh, I was like, wait, my cousin too. But we're in the same family. Who did this? I want to know. His face was in the sand. I want to know. Was it me and I forgot? What happened?
No, just metaphorical cousins.
Yeah. Well,
oh my gosh,
we can make one up. We have enough.
Man, that's gonna be so crazy just to watch the Bucks do it in 6.
It's gonna be great.
Going down 0-2 at the start, and then just.
And then they were just like, "Hey, let me just go ahead real quick and win every fucking game."
Yeah, but man, that's good coaching though.
It's coaching, and it's the players want that shit. They want it, dude. And the city wants it, and it's great. It's just great to see Milwaukee have something good right now, because Milwaukee's had a while since anything good happened there,
Right, especially, and then, if you are like a Wisconsin sports diehard fan, you've got like Aaron Rodgers, saga going right now.
Oh my God! Can we talk about that real quick? He turns down a 2-year extension worth $27 million, and then a 5-year extension, which would have made him the wealthiest NFL player in history, and he turns it the fuck down. Aaron, what do you want besides Jeopardy? What do you want? He wants Jeopardy. But here's the thing. I think he's going to pull a Brett Favre. And for whatever reason, the Packers quarterbacks, they're around for a while, and then they just do some shit. And it's like, even Bart Starr back in the day, he wasn't just a fucking... He was gone for a bit. And, oh, no, he wasn't. Yeah, he was. Go look. It's fucking... Packers quarterbacks, they have good ones, but they never leave the team on great terms. And then they come back like 10 years later and they get a standing ovation. But that's how it goes.
It's just hard to be a franchise player, man. Like, and I wonder, like, when you're such a fierce competitor like Rodgers, when they took the ball out of his hands in that 4th down in the playoffs right there, the one to beat Brady, like, dude, that probably cut way deeper than anyone thought.
Oh, I'm sure he did not sleep much that night.
Dude, he's probably still thinking about it. He's probably, every time he sees a coach call, he's like, yeah, you remember that time that you said we were going to punt?
Wait, wasn't that...
because of, like, a Madden simulation?
Was that under our current... was that under, what's his name? The fuck's this current guy's name? McCarthy. I thought McCarthy was the one who did... Yeah, because he and McCarthy...
No, you got LaFleur.
Yeah, LaFleur.
Yes. Yeah, which is just hilarious for anyone who's, seen the movie Dodgeball.
Peter LaFleur.
Yeah, gosh. But,
yeah, dude, that's one of the best movies. It was on TV the other day, and it's one of those ones where you'll like stand and stare at it. You won't ever sit down, because if you sit down, you committed to watching the movie, So you just kind of stand in the living room with your drink or your smoke or whatever, and just watch it for 30 minutes and just get sore legs. That was me the other day, just watching Dodgeball. Yeah, I feel like Aaron Rodgers needs to get into Dodgeball and learn some fucking respect.
That's roughly the same amount of effort that Lance Armstrong put in the movie too.
Lance Armstrong, I love his...
Just stood for a few minutes and then just walked off.
When I had testicular cancer, skin cancer, and blood cancer all at the same time, it's not at all what it was. Just saying a bunch of shit. Speaking of Lance Armstrong, dude, why are people still pissed at him?
Because he ruined people's lives.
How did he ruin people's lives and no one else racing the same goddamn bike he did for the last 30 years?
No. So from an athletic standpoint, he's pretty scot-free.
That's what I'm saying.
From an athletic standpoint. But when you've got, like, reporters and people, like, his big thing was Lance would sue people for defamation for reporting the truth.
Oh.
They'd be like, Lance was on the sauce, and he would just sue them into the ground.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was the problem. So there were a lot of, like, non-athletes that he like, totally ruined.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Lance, naughty.
You've also got this, like, not hilarious, because it did change a lot of people's lives, and it saved a lot of lives, too, but the Live Strong Foundation.
Right.
Like, how can you be the poster child, like, the do-gooder, can, do no wrong type guy?
Here's where I'm drawing the line here with the Live Strong. Here's where I'm drawing the line. Everyone's pissed at the guy. I get it. He cheated racing the bicycles. I get it. Here's the deal. The guy had one fucking nut. He had but one nut to give to this country, and he raced it over in Africa or Europe or wherever the fuck the Tour de France is.
It metastasized to his brain.
And
it was awful.
I don't mean to be that guy, but like, he's down half as much testosterone as everyone else. Everyone racing the bike is doping, and it's like everyone else was like, oh shit, we did that too. We just didn't get caught. Literally everyone. So it was the doped up guy versus the doped up guy, which to me is like the Olympics with everyone on steroids. It's fine. It's fine.
I remember watching a documentary on it, and one of the guys that competed against Lance said that when he found out that Lance was on steroids, he said that it was even more conflicting for him, because it's easy to believe that some guys just have it, right? Like, just genetically, naturally, he was always going to lose to Lance. He just didn't have life did not deal him those cards.
Yeah.
And he's got to deal with that now. That he was clean, Lance is dirty, or says he's clean, or whatever, dude. Like, we're talking about the dirtiest sport.
We're talking about literally the anti-doping federation was like, we're not even going to help you guys. It's so fucked over here. We're not.
It's like, okay, well, where do we? For me, like, we can open this conversation up a little larger.
Let's do it.
But for me, it's like, where do we draw the line? I mean, Tiger Woods has LASIK to improve his vision. Like, is that performance enhancing?
For real,
Like,
dude. For
guy's
real.
got 2018 vision. He can see things 2 feet further than you can. You know that seeing eye chart? Yeah, Tiger's standing 2 feet back,
Hey, man.
reading the bottom row.
You know that
Like,
I have 2015 vision, right? I know exactly how good that vision is. I have
Yeah.
2015. I can see shit
insane.
what you guys see at that line, I back up 5 more feet and I see it clearly. My vision's
Yeah.
great, but I was born with it.
Yeah, right. Like,
So, but-
it's like where do we draw the line
Well,
with performance?
I gotta talk about also with, because this goes right into Sha'Carri, the runner, Sha'Carri Williams, the fucking runner.
Oh yeah, and also like the hilarious like Dare commercials of like the deflated balloons on the couch.
Or Sha'Carri Richardson, sorry, not Williams. Oh my God! First of all, when you get the deflated lady on the couch, that's when you call the plug back immediately. You're like, dude, that was so good. What the fuck was that? Like, I
Oh
need
my
to.
gosh.
That's what that is.
Yeah,
Number
no,
2,
it turns out you're actually just breaking off the 100-meter line.
dude. I cannot believe what the fuck is our country is the biggest. All right, we have freedom stitched
the
in
Olympics.
everything, land of the free, home of the brave. If you smoke weed against the law, that's not brave, but you are no longer free, and you're like, what the fuck is happening here?
Well,
Go
it's
fuck
like-
yourselves, all of you.
I don't know. It's the Olympic Committee, but I do actually stand by, like, if we are going to go through with the fine or whatever, like the 30-day suspension, I actually do believe that Sha'Carri should not run in the relay. I know her suspension will be up like within like a few days beforehand, but with her suspension, she actually can't train at the facility.
Really?
Like, she's persona non grata. Like, she might as well have leprosy. Like, no one on the team can talk to her, no one can train with her, and we're talking about handing a baton. to
Yeah.
someone. Like, so I get it. I understand why
Yeah.
Team USA did that.
Did you
But
see?
yeah, I mean, we're also talking about a substance that, like, you know, however many percentage of the world, it's still like cut your hand off. You know, the U.S. of A. can lead the way, Canada can lead the way, all these countries
Mexico.
can lead the way with their, you know, their war on drugs or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's the Olympics. You know, it's just gonna be hilarious when, you know, there's gonna be like Icarus Part 2, and we find out all the drugs that the 100-meter sprinters were on that, you know, Sha'Carri would have beaten. Like, it's gonna be particularly rich.
Weed is not performance enhancing. What is it? Are we lazy potheads, or do we win races in the Olympics? Which is it? Make your mind up, because we
That's
can't be both. Well, you can be. It's just like, what it comes down to is, most people I know smoke weed. Even if they don't say it out loud, I know it. You know, like, I get close enough to people where I'm like, don't fucking lie to me, you smoke weed. And they're like, just keep it down. No one needs to know. And I'm like, exactly, see? But the fact that it's so stigmatized is ridiculous. It's weed. It's fucking weed, dude. No one's gotten pregnant off weed. No one's died. You know, it's fucking weed. It's weed.
Oh, I mean, it's like the UFC embeddeds, right? Like, the UFC embedded camera guy will, for a fact, at every single point, videotape an international fighter coming into LA or to Vegas airport, and he goes right up to that vending machine with the cannabis products in it. Every single time. Yeah, Tai Tuivasa do it for the pay-per-view. They've had all sorts of guys, and they're literally like, the guys from Australia are dumbfounded.
I'm not gonna name which fighter it was, but my girlfriend can back me up. I picked up a UFC fighter from the airport, and I brought him to the dispensary, and he wanted to go to one that was gonna like really rip him off, and I'm like, hey man, I know you make a shitload of money, but do you want to save some of it for something else? And he's like, what you mean? And I'm like, well, there's a dispensary somewhere else that you can get much better deals. And I'm like, listen. He's like, oh, let's go there. So we go, and I'm taking a fucking dispensary like field trip with a UFC fighter, and I go in with him, help him pick out his shit, drop him off at I'm not gonna even say the hotel that he went to, but dropped him off, and dude, he was the nicest guy. I'll tell you off air who it was, but he was the nicest guy ever, man.
Yeah,
He
yeah, man.
promptly
Maybe
got
get some guests on this podcast,
dude.
huh?
I bet you I could. I bet you I could.
That'd be cool.
I have to just pull a couple strings, finesse a couple people.
I would say just do like 5-minute spots and just say like, hey, come on in, call in.
Yeah.
Do a 5-minute spot.
Yeah, well, I can do call-ins
Go
too.
back and forth.
That's what that device is for. Well, you can't see, but so you can't see. I produce this whole podcast. All you can see is like this far. Over here is more computers. Over here is a couple iPads and a mixer and my recording computer. And so I have to but I can definitely. I have a phone system here that's plugged into my mixer. That I can call him in anytime, dude.
Nice.
Isn't that dope?
That would be
this is good. Yep. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna try to do
that
that.
segues nicely into our the bulk of the show here, or at least the bulk of what I'm interested in. UFC recap.
UFC. Yeah. I mean, most people are only interested in the. Most people listen. No one listens, and they're like, yeah, tell me more about the Tampa Bay Lightning. Which, can I get that out of the way real quick? 'Cause it's short.
Do it.
It's sweet.
Do it.
Tampa Bay Lightning. All I have to say about them, congratulations. You won 2 Stanley Cup Champions back to back. Congratulations. You did it during the 2 years that the seasons were shorter and it was for COVID. So I'm going to give you 1 Stanley Cup for that. I'm not giving you both. I'm going to give you 1 Stanley Cup. Okay? You did it during the 2 shortened seasons, during the seasons where players were benched
slap
and
an
shit.
extra 2 handles on it. It's got 4 handles.
I'm not giving you both. I'm not giving you both years for the cup. It's not. You get 1 and the other one's a COVID year. That's the rule. And don't even give me well, we earned it. I know you earned it, but I'm giving you 1. You know, that's how it is. Sorry.
We
tweet at me. I don't care.
Fan is short for fanatic, and we have to rationalize so we don't go crazy. And this is a good rationalization.
This is how I get it out right now, so that I don't talk like this in person to the players when I meet them, because I am. Dude, I have this odd ability, and I don't even know if it's an ability, but like I don't get starstruck. I could give a fuck less about who's standing in front of me. I don't care. I know they go home, take a shit, and jerk off before they go to sleep at night, like everyone the fuck else. I don't care. They're just a person. So like when I met Ben Affleck, Batman, and he like tripped and fell, and I was just like, oh shit, dude, and like grabbed him to help get him up, and everyone's like, you can't just grab Ben Affleck. I'm like, he just fell. Like, it's a fucking guy, dude. He smoked a cigarette right in front of us. He's probably gonna die in 10 years from lung cancer. Like, why are we so... He's a person. He's a fucking person. So, yeah, I need to get a little more... Because whenever I see something, I'm like, oh, shit. Well, so what was it like when you... Like, this particular UFC fighter. I'm like, what was it like when you knocked out blank? And I just, ask him, like, how was getting punched in the face? Doesn't that fucking suck, dude? Like, your job is getting your ass kicked every day. And he's like... I mean, my job is more trying to kick ass, but yeah, that happens the other way around. And I'm like, it's fair. That's fair. But yeah, man, UFC fighters, I think it's because they have the ability to murder someone that they are so polite. And, I mean, aside from Conor McGregor, I don't think he's very polite. But I never met him, so I wouldn't really be able to say. But that video seems like he got humbled pretty easily when he's rolling around in his little, hey guys, got me leg fixed up. And he's not, like, screaming and shit. God, makes like a 5.
Definitely got some prescription drugs going through the system.
Oh yeah, he was like way too happy.
Imagine you're walking your dog and you just look over and you're like, "Is that Conor McGregor?"
is that Conor just talking right now? Who's he talking to? And they're like, it's
doing
Instagram.
an IG live, talking about how he's gonna have like a metal leg.
I'm gonna have me metal leg. Come get
You are out of your mind if you think McGregor comes back better after that injury.
Oh no!
I've seen people say it. I've seen very smart people I respect.
Dude, they're wrong. I'm telling you.
They're like,
look. First of all, he's old. He's not 20. He's not 20.
It's so crazy. People will be like, yeah, he takes a year off. He really focuses, gets his head on straight, comes back, better, reinvented. I was like,
we've tried that.
Dude.
We've tried it. Know what he did? He fucked off somewhere and messed around and got fake fights and got paid for it. That's what he did. He's not the Conor that you used to know and love. He's not. He's business Conor these days. You're going to have to accept it. He's not a fighter anymore. He's a businessman now.
So I think there's 2 big ways that we look at Conor's trajectory from here. There's one way that I would really love to see, because that gets real interesting, super spicy. And that is he retires. Because in every UFC contract, there's a 2-year retirement clause.
Okay.
So, if you retire, the UFC has rights to you for 2 years. But after 2 years, then you can go and do whatever you want. So that's why George can't do anything. Anderson had to get cut before he could box.
I see.
Conor had to have like special permission. So that's why there's a lot of issues with UFC contracts being like held up. So he's got a year plus ahead of him in rehab. I would say retire, and then 2 years come back to celebrity boxing. Because Conor can do both sides of it. He can be the celebrity depending on who he's fighting, and he can be the boxer depending on who he's fighting.
He can be, but I mean, when
he can be both sides of it.
Yeah,
and if that's his brand. Like when he sold that stake in Proper 12, I almost guarantee there's a stipulation in there that says that he's got to keep fighting until he's like 35.
Jeez.
Like I would bet anything because they have to have their icon. They have to have their mascot, their advertising. Their boy.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like if Ryan Reynolds acquired like Mint Mobile and all that shit, and then just stopped acting. Like that wouldn't make any sense. He doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, even Peyton Manning is not playing, and he's still selling pizzas.
He's still doing Amazon Alexas and shit and whatever.
Yeah.
No, not
he's
you.
He's got to do his commentary and stuff.
Cancel.
Oh no, you said it.
I said the magic word. I'm sorry to everyone that just got their shit turned on. You know, that's the worst. I got to start doing better. I think I'm going to go back there and scratch that audio so I don't do that. Because I have done that so many times to people, and they've been like, can you not say that? I'm like, you're right. I got to stop doing that. It's almost like swearing. Like, saying fuck isn't bad anymore. It's saying the magic wake words that people are thinking like, hey, don't you fucking say that.
Yeah. But, yeah, and then the other way that I think Conor goes is the Nate Diaz route. That's got to be next. He's got to fight Nate next.
I was going to say that before, that I think him and Nate Diaz are going to have a lot in common here pretty quick, man.
Well, Nate actually looks pretty good after that Leon fight.
Dude, Nate Diaz,
that fifth round turn around, almost KOs Leon. But, yeah, I mean, the fight's always there. So that's the thing. I mean, those guys could be 50 years old and selling pay-per-views.
So here's a story that just popped up that he tweeted something, and people are saying he's going to go return to the Madison Square Garden with fucking Jorge.
Nate?
Yeah, with Nate Diaz with Masvidal, you know? He's saying
that's not a bad rematch.
Said he wants to do that in Madison Square.
Yeah, that's not a bad rematch.
Whoa!
I think
Nate's
got
this
nothing
too.
for him.
Now Nick Diaz is also back in a September boot versus fucking Rob. Oh my lord!
That is going to be a very gnarly fight to watch.
And it's right here in my town, dude. Oh my god.
That's sweet. It's just so crazy that the fight's like 20 years later.
Yeah.
But
it's better late than never with this one. Honestly, honestly, they're getting older. It might be like that Rocky movie, but who knows?
It's a fight I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Especially because the UFC has such a problem with sending off their legends, right?
They definitely do.
Literally will be like, hey, Anderson Silva, how's a 4th round knockout to Uriah Hall sound? Chris Weidman, how does breaking your leg against Uriah Hall? Like, Chris Weidman really had, no business.
No! Absolutely not. But, dude, they don't care. It's about the money. I mean, these new complexes here are not going to build them fucking selves. Dude. No. People want to see some injuries, unfortunately. People like seeing injuries in the UFC. It gets, if you go look at the video of McGregor's fucking broken ankle compared to the knockout from the second fight, the fucking broken ankle has only happened just, a week ago, and it's already gotten 3 times the views as his knockout from over a year's ago fight, So it's people like that shit. Unfortunately, everyone's I don't like injuries. Bullshit. I see math that says otherwise.
Thing, man, that people that I kind of respect, they're just getting this wrong. Yeah. Where they're just his shins, he had stress fractures, he had this, that, the other thing going wrong with his leg, and here's a picture of Conor at the doctor with a, whatever. But it's okay, first off, that picture of Conor with the MRI was from an injury after the Diaz fight, so he actually used the same picture, which is hilarious.
Really?
Connor's just I imagine him in his cast. He's like, "Hey D, do you have the picture of the Diaz fight?
Remember the Diaz fight when I've gotten my leg fucked? Remember when I've gotten my leg fucked up? You've got that picture, yeah?"
Yeah, literally, he's gotten probably 30 phones since that day.
Do you think? Yeah.
Keeps, touchdown spiking phones. And
he's got that. He's got. Well, what's good is he's got that belt that he doesn't belong to him that he could wrap up his ankle with if he needs to.
Right.
I'm never letting it go. I'm still mad about it.
But the thing that's so funny is people are like, oh, he had stress fractures because he was training so hard, because he wasn't wearing shin guards. I've heard that. Conor was training without shin guards to condition his shins. But anyone who knows anything about how to condition shins knows that it happens over time.
Yeah.
It takes years, dude. You can't just go into a heavy bag and like kick that thing for 6 weeks and just pretend that your shins aren't going to be obliterated.
No, that'd be like me going in there and just fucking being like, all right, I'm gonna start bear shinning these fucking heavy bags and expecting that to go well. I'll be on this podcast next week talking about, hey, my wheelchair's got power, dude. It's really nice. Got reverse. Like,
I heard Kenny Florian say that it took him almost 2 years to condition his shins.
Yeah, Joe Rogan said it took him 7.
Yeah, when he went to the Ultimate Fighter house and he realized, like, oh, wow, I'm so far behind. He said for 2 years straight, he just had bruises up and down shins and knees.
That sucks.
But it's like, yeah, man, that's how you do it. But,
if you want that, yeah.
Poirier checked it. Poirier, blocked it with the elbow and the thing snapped. It's tough.
It's tough. It's a fucking tough way to go out. And the second it happened, I texted you and I was like, called it. The minute it happened, I was like, I called this shit, dude. I knew it. And I was I'm like, of course, I spent all this money. And by the way, the prelim fights were good too. That was a good night of fights. It was a good fucking night of fights. So it's not like it's not like the money was wasted. But it was like, dude, I knew that Conor was gonna do something. I didn't know what it was gonna be, but I knew that he fucked up along the way because Conor McGregor does not have a fucking head on his shoulders anymore.
It's just the mystery of him. Like, it's the Mystic Mac.
There's I don't think there's a mystery.
But it's all gone now.
And here's the deal. I don't think that he's been behind the stage fucking training and shit. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Well, I think he does he gets in shape for sure.
Yeah, you can go work out, but that's not training for fighting. He should have. If you saw what Dustin was fucking doing while he was preparing this fight, I knew before the fight even started. And I'm dropping people off at the fight in my Uber, and they're like, I'm putting 50 on Conor, just like you said they would last episode. And you're like, people can't help it,
they
but
just
put
can't
50.
help themselves.
And I was like, dude, I'm telling you right now, Dustin's gonna win this fight. And they're like, really, you think? And I'm like, I'm telling you, dude, if I come pick you up after this fight, and Dustin wins, you are gonna be pissed off that you didn't win money tonight. Yeah. And he's like, I'm putting money on Conor. I'm like, okay, sure as shit. There it goes. And I didn't get to pick him up afterwards. I wish I would have, but fuck, man.
That was the funniest thing ever is, so they've got the tweets going in the corner, right? And DraftKings Twitter pops up. And it's like, and a bettor put $50K on Dustin. I went on Twitter. Within a second, Floyd posts his pay stub. $50K. DraftKings. Minus 140 odds.
Awesome. Yeah, and I bet you
37. Yeah, so for 37K payout, like, dude, Floyd never stops winning, man.
No, Floyd, dude, he may not be able to read a book, but he can make money like no one else's business.
Dude.
Period, dude. He might be a dumbass. He might be the biggest fucking illiterate idiot on the planet. But street smart wise, he's smarter than any of us in this room.
Guy can read some commas.
That guy can fucking let you know where and when his money will be made out to him. And you're gonna pay it, he's and good for him. Good for fucking him, dude. Honestly. And everyone hates he's the money team and hates all that and whatever. It's like, you're just hated, but if you could have the opportunity to swap out your check for his check, you would do it tomorrow. Don't fucking act like you don't like the money team because he's cocky. It's because you don't have it, bitch.
Right. Gosh. But, man, if I was Poirier, dude, I would have such a hard time looking at Charles Oliveira and being like, yeah, I want the belt. And, of course, Poirier wants the belt. He wants to have the recognition and be known as, like, the best ever. And arguably, he's, like, the second best ever behind Khabib.
I was just going to say.
He already knocked out, Justin Gaethje. If they do the rematch, which dude, that's a scary fight. That is a terrifying fight.
I'd watch it.
Anytime you fight Gaethje, that is awful.
I'd watch that shit in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, I would, too.
Oh, yeah.
I would love it, but if I was Poirier, I would be looking at Nate Diaz. I'd be like, maybe I'd do a 170 fight against Nate.
No, what do you think about
Dude,
Conor?
I would let lightweight settle down. I would let Gaethje and Charles Oliveira run into each other as hard as they can, and then I would be there to pick up the pieces.
What if Conor was like, hey, what if we have a steel leg fight, right? And he and the Diaz brothers, they were like, we all with our steel legs, we just start kicking each other. What if that's the new fight?
Sorry, I also love Conor. Like, beforehand, he was saying that losses don't count. Like, submission losses and decision losses don't count. Only knockouts count.
Who said that?
So Conor, yeah, he said that. So he's like technically he only has like one loss.
No, that's not how that works, Connor.
Dude, it's so funny. Like the suspension.
You don't get to
But even
decide.
like Conor with his broken leg and all, literally sitting there, like getting ready for the the fourth fight, just like there was no check, there was there was a doctor stoppage. Like okay, first off, the idea that it was a doctor stoppage is hilarious.
Yeah, it was not.
Like the fact that Conor was like willing to go on, and the doctor was like, "No, Conor, you can't go in with your broken leg." Like that's not what happened. Like
We saw the fight.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing that's really frustrating about this whole thing is no, there wasn't a definitive ending. Like, yes, it would have been nice to see Conor eat the mat in like round 2. That would have been like awesome to watch. But we've all seen McGregor fights. First round is his best round.
Yeah.
Always. And then it all falls apart. The wheels just roll right off the wagon. What do you think was going to happen, man? We've seen this. I've read this book before. Like, it's round 2 wasn't going to look better than round 1, and that's just how Conor fights go.
Well, I mean, let's look back at every other fight that Conor's ever fucking had, and let's
Diaz
think about
too, where he drops Nate on his face like 6 times. Like it's just literally just drops Nate.
That's not what I was thinking.
In the first round.
Funny that you say.
Like just, yeah. I mean, the guy's hot fire. He's a 100-meter sprinter, and the problem is he got hit with a 2-6 combination, which is the straight and then the uppercut, depending on who your boxing coach is. And then went in to grapple, and Dustin just dropped him on his head and just threw elbows. Like, and then you got Conor like posting videos on Instagram Live of him like blocking punches. Like, come on, dude. Like it's over. Like it's got to be over.
It's disappointing. I'm honestly disappointed to see how his career is gone out. It's disappointing.
Okay, so. I mean, the real quintessential problem is when we go all the way back to the Donald Cerrone fight. He wins in 30 seconds, right? From there, he chose Dustin. He said, I've knocked Dustin Poirier out at featherweight. I'm going to do it at lightweight. And he committed himself from there. Second, he signed on the dotted line in, like, full confidence that he was going to knock Dustin out in the rematch. That was where it, like, fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Because it, like, and it's when we talk about like, oh god, fans can't help themselves putting $50 on Conor. Well, that's because
live in front of me.
UFC is better when Conor's fighting. Like, it literally is a better organization.
Oh, I'm not denying that.
ESPN's going crazy. Pay-per-views are off the chain. You got Irene Aldana KOing girls on the pay-per-view with check hooks. Like, O'Malley, is a superstar now on pay-per-view. Like. It's better when Conor's around, but it's also very tough when you ask Conor what happened. He was like, Dustin's wife is coming to my after party, and you're like, well, Conor, that's not how the fight went down.
Dude, I don't understand why he was like, yeah, he's on the ground. This is what I didn't. I need Dustin. Or not Dustin. I need Conor to fucking figure this out here. He's like the guy who just got his ass kicked. Well, he physically is the guy who just got his ass kicked. And then he's like, are you done yet? You done over there? It's like, that's not you, man. You got your ass whipped, brother. You don't get to talk shit right now. That's not you.
The other thing, with the submissions, right, where he was like, submissions don't count or anything. I was like, yeah, you went to that guillotine choke real quick, didn't you?
For real. For real.
Nice. Dude, you tried that white belt guillotine choke twice.
White belt, you fucking insulter. Wow, that's funny you say it like that.
Dude, that is white belt shit.
I know, but it's just funny. You just, I don't know. It's like, that's a slap in the face. Anyone else who takes martial arts would be like, oh. I mean.
It's just sad.
You want to know what you inspired me to do?
Yes, I do know Conor's a brown belt, but no, we can't tie the belt. I've seen the picture. Conor literally can't tie his belt.
Do you want to know what inspired me to start doing martial arts?
Tell me.
Literally, you going to the gym all the time, and I was like, fuck, I need to start doing this shit. So, I started taking up jiu-jitsu and shit, dude. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually quite easy. Like, I mean, you just pay. I mean, some schools have like pay per class, and some have like monthly. I almost prefer the pay per class.
Let me name drop this guy because he's he got referenced from Eddie Bravo, a fellow stand-up comedian.
Hollow.
Because, I mean, yeah, you always got to shout out comedians when you can. I mean, he's also, you probably know who he is, Eddie Bravo. He makes his name for himself being pretty ridiculous. I love him,
Eddie Bravo's entire philosophy on jiu-jitsu is to like just not have knees. Like the guy is just so flexible and so bendy, and he's like reinvented the twister game, which is insane. Like the fact that he can, be on bottom half guard and just rip over for an opposite shoulder and get a twister, like that is
So
next level
the
dream
guy
stuff.
that I got reference to is Fredson Paixao. I can't say his name, but he was cool with me seeing his showing his thing before. But dude, he's dope, man. When Vegas shut everything down, you couldn't be inside like a facility or whatever. He moved his entire training facility to a garage somewhere, and like everyone was just inside this garage with mats all over it training. Then pretty sweet.
So
A champion.
yeah, it's crazy how people, especially the MMA world, man. Like, I know Uriah Hall was literally like in the gym alone, sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, well, okay.
Dude, well, I know people in the hockey world, like some of my friends included, who have literally gone to the rink and skated all day into the night. The rink manager was like, just fucking shut off the lights when you leave. And then they just slept in the bench. Woke up the next morning and then went to practice in the morning. But like, yeah, I know some people,
Do you
dude.
think they went to the concession stand and were like, you guys do breakfast? You
No,
guys do
but this kid
pancakes to
did get
order?
drafted. He got drafted though. I mean, he had a lot of. It's the thing, man. He was living proof because like when we were
Oh,
kids, he
man.
wasn't that good, and then we got older and better and everything, and he really fucking got good. I mean, he put in the time that no one else put in on the ice rink. He was there all the time, and he got really, really, really good. So I mean, it just yeah, hard work definitely beats talent when talent does not work hard. And talent's very rare these days, man. No one's really born with natural born talent. That's not really a fucking thing.
Well, I mean, a lot of it. I mean, I don't want to say like a lot of it. I mean, but the world of Google, the world of just instant access. It's like, why even try or practice anything when you can just, be marginally good at it your first attempt.
Because fuck
Right.
being marginally good at anything. Why would you want to be
Well,
like
it's
that?
like, dude, when you like put, I'm like, oh, I'm proficient at Microsoft Excel. Like, what does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody practices anything anymore. You can just Google it and,
I know Excel
have
very well,
instant
thank
access
you.
to that stuff.
Excel is one of my favorite programs because I have to do spreadsheets a lot.
But,
Sorry. Oh man, this is some powerful shit. Ugh.
but yeah, I mean, that's pretty good on the recap. Do we want to tease our
Why
little
not?
mini series, mini project coming up?
Why not?
Yeah, so I want to do a look ahead, but almost like a year, where the year in 2022 is going to look like, at every division from the UFC and boxing
Yeah,
as
dude.
well. So what the heavyweight of boxing is going to look like when you got guys like Usyk and Joshua fighting, to Rachmanov at welterweight. What that guys could potentially do.
Yeah.
And things are always changing. Like for example, I know like with women's flyweight, we have a new contender, Tatiana Suarez. She's moving up, so she's coming out of strawweight and moving up to flyweight. So she'll probably be next on the Valentina
Dope.
Smash list. But
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's an entertaining watch regardless.
Well, yeah, and there are also future lines too. It's not like these are, I'm just
No,
speculating.
I'm on the same website you use, dude.
Oh yeah. But man, how crazy is it? I'm just going through the old notes. Just Bucks minus 110 to win the finals.
Hey man, all I
Killer
know,
odds, man.
yeah. I don't know, man. Bucks, if you pay my rent, I will be so thankful.
Yeah, running around with all of that NBA finals gear.
Oh Christ, dude, I have so much head pressure. I think I'm getting a cold, and it really fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
Delta strain is coming across the country.
Man, I got the shot. I got the UK variant in December. I had the American variant, which was also the Chinese variant, in June of last year. You would think that I'd be fucking set, but if I get COVID again for the third time, I'm driving my car to the Grand Canyon and then getting myself into the trunk and putting a brick onto the gas pedal and waiting.
Mm.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
what
that would
settles
do
that.
it.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
Our
man,
grandmother,
dude.
our grandmother listens, I'm not being serious. I'm not gonna fucking do that. Oh, hey Salem. Hey Paul. Well, it looks like Salem went ahead and disconnected Paul. So I'm gonna pause this, try to get him back here. I'll be right back.
Skated across the laptop and turned on airplane mode.
The cat has. We got Paul back, everyone. He's here. I like when you were gone. I was like, I guess we'll get him back here in a second. I'm not sure where he went. Cat interrupted. Yeah. Salem, how dare you?
Dude, this is Hollyhock.
Oh, that's Holly. My bad. Whatever.
This is Hollyhock. Yes.
Hey, Holly. Hey, baby. Even though you're.
I know she needs attention, but yeah, who to airplane mode of all the keys?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Anyway, dude. So, yeah, let's do a live look ahead. But let's get that out of the way and.
Yeah, man, and then we'll have some NBA Finals news as well. Crazy as that.
Yeah. So. All right, so we'll have that next episode here for you shortly. This has been Jake and Paul with Better Life, and we will,
We'll be back.
I don't even know what I want to say anymore. Yeah, we'll see you in. We'll see you.
We'll see you. Good one. You do this professionally, right?
All right.